All right, everybody. So, welcome to the Fierce Fit Pride and Wildflower Tribe team call. Kelly and I are super excited about this team call because, as a lot of you guys know, we're heading into the fourth quarter of the year, and we have some plans to share some important nuggets with you guys tonight on how to finish out the year strong. So, we've put together a Google Slides presentation. I'm just going to share my screen with you guys so that we can pull it up. Okay, here we are. I'm just gonna leave it like this. Is that cool with everybody? That way I can see everyone's faces. I like it better that way. So yeah, our end of the fourth quarter game plan, and we're excited to share that with you after an awesome discussion that we had earlier today. So why don't we just kick things right off? Actually, does anybody have, excuse me, does anybody have any recognition that they'd like to share? I'm not sure if, no, we're good? Okay. All right, so Miss Kelly, you've got the first slide, my friend.
All right, you guys. So tonight we just wanted to talk with you about a game plan going into the end of the year. So as you guys know, I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. You guys know too. This is not really a time of year where a lot of people are really thinking about health and fitness. So it's really important that we strategize together as a team to make sure that we are still on people's minds, that we can help them through this period of time where, you know, a lot of people are thinking like, I deserve it. I'm going to go out and do this, or I'm going to go to my Christmas party and I'm going to eat whatever I want or whatever. And it just kind of turns into Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Before you know it, it's the new year and we've forgotten all about the last 3 months of the year, right? So these are the kind of things where this is the time period where we have an opportunity we do have an opportunity now with the new launch coming out. We'll go in, have an opportunity to plant seeds for people now. And I want you guys to really, really think about the importance of this, because your business, if you're in your months right now, it's because of what you did 3 to 6 months ago, right? So if you think back and you're having a hard October, even though, guys, it's a hard time of the year, and you know, as a whole, people aren't thinking like now is a great time to get healthy and fit. There are still people out there that need our help, but we can only look to ourselves for what is going on right in our current situation, right? Too, we need to be proactive. Our belief needs to be stronger than ever. We need to take action on our own journeys to stay consistent, because through our consistency, we'll be to show people that they can do it too. So with that in mind, guys, what we do now, October, November, December, as far as reaching out to people, inviting people, sharing no matter what, being super resilient with our invites, is going to set the tone for January, February, and March, because people don't normally sign up right away. There's a waiting period where they think about it. They continue to watch you, whether or not you know they're watching you or not. They continue to think about it. They continue to wonder if maybe this is a good thing. Maybe they're a skeptic, but they've seen that you're staying consistent through the holidays. So planting all of the seeds, but also being super consistent with your own journey and showing people that you can do it through the holidays is going to be everything for you when your business takes off January, February, and March, and literally everyone is looking to start a program. And I know I'm spending a lot of time on this, but this is so important. It's really focused on last year, and towards the end of the year, I just kept that in my mind. Like, everyone wants to get healthy and fit at the end of the year and New Year, right? Everyone. So in December last year, I hit Success Club 18. Like, not necessarily a month that you would think you would hit a high Success Club number, but it's because I was really hell-bent on putting out all of my seeds. I think Carl Deichler, our CEO, made a video last year about planting seeds, and it really resonated with me. The work I do now, the people I touch now, the lives I touch now are all people that I can invite, all people that can come to me rather than go to the gym or something else, or be sent astray and not be successful with their programs. So it's really important that right now we're making that master list. If we don't have one, we're printing off a Facebook list. We are revisiting, you know, maybe we had one when we first started. I know that was the case for me, but I most recently have just printed one off, and just touching all of those all of the lives, right? So it doesn't mean necessarily right away that we're just sending all of these invites, but we are connecting with people. We're rebuilding relationships. And then we're creating a follow-up list. So if someone says, no, not right now, that's fine. That is totally fine. But what we need to do, what I encourage you to do is make a follow-up list. Make a binder with January, February, March, April, whatever, a whole year from now until 2017. Ask people when it's okay to follow up with them, and then just put them on the piece of paper for that month, right? Oh, it's not a good time. Can I follow up with you in December? And then put them on that list. You can check back at the end of December so they can get started at the beginning of January. We have to have a master list, and we have to work through that and stay on task with that. Meet people where they are. So it's really important that, like I said, we remember how we felt during the holidays before Beachbody came into our lives. So we're showing people through our consistency that they can follow a plan, and this is super doable for them. But also we're relating to them and sharing stories in social media, and also through our behind the scenes conversations about how we felt and how it's so much better now that we feel a certain different way, right? And then we're also adding value behind the scenes and on social media. So meet people where they're at, as in what is a great way to curb cravings with a healthier treat, or what is something that your family used to struggle with around the holidays because XYZ revolves around eating, but now you've done this different thing for your family. Or what's one way that your family is staying on task, or you're staying on track with your workouts? How does it make you feel? You have to offer that value for people with where they are struggling right now, right? And then sending articles, sending different things to people that'll really help them see value in what you offer is a great way to build the relationships now.
You good, Kel?
Yeah.
Awesome. Hold on, Kelly. Do you mind muting yourself? Because I can hear myself on your line.
Yeah.
Thank you, dear. So your tribe, your people, give them what they need. Like Kelly said, obviously, this time it is important to be planting those seeds, and it's also important to be reflective of, where the gaps are in your business and where your weak points are, and also going back to the people who you're concerned about as the holidays roll around, because it's not just about the people who you haven't brought on yet. It's also going to be about the people who you've already brought on who are falling off the wagon, because let's be real, we're all human. We've all been there, done that. And fact of the matter is, holidays are a tricky time. So when I say addressing gaps and weak points in your businesses, take a look at your organization. One thing Kelly and I talked about is, making sure that your rank is solid as well. So making sure that you're hitting those Success Club goals every single month and bringing on new people every month, and putting in the work, obviously, that you need to put in order to achieve those Success Club goals. And making sure that you're relaying that message to those on your team. If you do have other people working the business on your team. Other weak points, I know for me, one of my weak points was continuing to follow up with my free leads who never responded to me, right? Like you might send 1, 2, 3 messages out to your free leads and you never hear from them. And it's like, okay, they want nothing to do with me. One thing I have done is I've downloaded a list of exported an Excel spreadsheet of all my customers, like my discount coaches, my customers that I've brought on, and all of my free leads. And one thing that I'm doing consistently now is I'm sending email blasts. Really just 50 emails at a time until I get through the whole list, to let everybody who has me as their coach know about anything I have going on, whether it's my free groups, my upcoming challenge groups, trainings, like my ebook launch, anything that I have going on that can help me to connect to those people who never responded to my initial reach out to them. That has been really helpful. 2 of the people who signed up with me this month are people who have been my free leads since 2014, and I've never heard from them, but they wanted to be a part of my free 5-day group that I ran last week. they really liked their experience in it and they decided to join me. So making sure that you have a system to like fine tune those weak points. Another thing, the inactive people in your organization, follow up with them. And in some cases you might have to, sorry, hold on. I'm just gonna mute. Oh, no, we're good. In some cases, you're going to have to like go back to that forming stage with them, because maybe you haven't had contact with them in a while, and maybe they haven't, been responding to your messages, whatever it might be. And, just reach out to them and let them know that this tends to be a more difficult time of the year for a lot of people. And, you really want to make sure that they know that you are there to support them throughout the holidays and to give them the tools and the resources that they need to stay on track or get back on that wagon during the holidays. And also making sure that you're relaying that message to your people who are active, and relaying that message just on social media in general. Like Kelly said, like letting people know you have strategies that you're using now, whether it's with your nutrition or staying on track, the community, etc., that are helping you get through these holidays. Sharing those stories about, this is how I used to struggle during the holidays. This is how I'm getting through it now. Get back to everyone's why, including yours. So we hear it all the time, like focus on your why, focus on your why, focus on your why, but really, go back and take a look at, your conversations with people, and have new conversations with people about their whys. And when things get tough, remind them, like, this is why you're doing this. This is why you committed to this. And I think, and also getting back in touch with your why, because sometimes we sort of tend to like drift away from it, or sometimes it evolves, but just like having a clear understanding of what your why is, you're going to be able to help those people with their whys and help them on their journeys that much more effectively. Aside from offering support and accountability in your challenge groups, how are you offering value that promotes consistency? So one thing Kelly and I talked about today that we both feel is really important is providing our challengers with a really awesome experience, because obviously that's going to help us, that's the word I'm looking for, like transition customers and discount coaches into coaches, right? So one thing we talked about was this email system. I know Kelly already has her email system sort of in place, but we talked about fine-tuning a system where like in week zero, we bring them on, we send them a welcome email. And then like midway through week 0, we send them another email about their why, and focusing on a mantra or one word that will help them connect to their why, especially during like those difficult times during the challenge. And then in week 1, we send out an email about the value of Beachbody on Demand. And I know I want to do like a video that sort of goes through a tutorial of how to access it and what's available to them, and show them like the Fix8 cooking show, which is obviously a really awesome resource. And then Sunday of week 1, a week 1 check-in email. And then week 2, the value of Shakeology email, because we also want to take into consideration that Team Beachbody sends out those emails, I think it's a week or 10 days now before their next shipment. And we really want to make sure that we're not just hammering home the value of Shakeology in our challenge groups, but also, on other platforms as well. So highlighting an ingredient of the week or an ingredient of the day, sharing maybe a podcast link to the Shakeology podcast, providing a YouTube video that they can watch, maybe sharing testimonials from people on how exactly Shakeology has helped to transform their health. And then in week 3, focusing on challenger results and, talking about their next steps in an email. We haven't really fine-tuned the details of this, but like giving them different options. Option 1 being something like, if an interest in the refer 3, get yours free option, or just referring friends for the next challenge group if they're not interested in enrolling people under them, or if they're interested in actually paying it forward and learning more about the coaching opportunity. So just letting them know a little bit more about how they can take their next steps on this journey. And then at the very end of week 3, a congratulations email wrapping it up with details on how they can, head over to the Team Beachbody website, get their prize, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, I just put like honing in on the value of Shakeology to create retention, like really sharing the value of it and knowing your stuff when it comes to Shakeology, making sure you're doing your homework on Shakeology so that you can speak to it more effectively and really show people, not just like tell people like this is how it can change your health. Because I feel like that's where a lot of gaps end up popping up, is people just end up, canceling because it's too expensive, or they don't necessarily understand the value of how it's changing their health. So, all right, Kel.
Okay, so one of the big ways, oh God, now I can hear myself.
Hold on.
Perfect. Okay, so one of the big ways we can set ourselves up for the end of the year success and not just the beginning of 2017 is to really focus on promoting and hyping up our Core de Force launch, which hopefully all of us had a chance to try out. If you guys haven't tried it out yet, be sure to check it out. The next sneak peek is on the 26th. So what we can do here, guys, is really, really get people excited about Core de Force, because this is a freaking amazing program. I know personally I'm really excited about it. It's totally new, something that we haven't had as a part of Beachbody, and it's something that I know a lot of people are really into. I don't know. I feel here that a lot of trend is happening behind kickboxing in general. So it's something that we can really offer that's different, and it's going to make people feel like a badass, and it's going to be cool. It's a great thing to get fit and feel great going into the end of the year and starting 2017 on a really awesome foot. So it's our job to let people know that this is happening right now, right? We need to let people know before it's launched that this is going on. It's something to be super excited about by weaving in our story, what we're excited about, who the trainers are, who it's for, why it was developed, the details of what's included, what you're excited about, and why you're excited. So it's, like I said, it's our job to connect with people on that personal level. We have a limited time now as we're into the middle of October to really hype people up about it. And if you posted a video, hopefully you did, with the sneak peek, that's great. Different way, or take a clip or take a picture and share a little bit of the story, or share something about your past and a reason that you're interested in doing this different thing and bringing on a new challenge. But weaving in where you are with this and why you're excited about it, not just Core de Force is coming out, it's going to be cool. Like, I'm excited about Core de Force because I had really been, for example, I've tried a lot of fitness programs. It's been 2 years. I don't know if I was really excited. I was at a place where I was excited about my fitness routine. I'm doing this cleanse, and I'm super excited now about jumping into a fitness routine that is completely different than anything I've ever done before. So sharing little pieces of where you are and how it relates to you, so that other people can attach that, me too, I feel that, I'm into that too. And can reach out to you. So what we want is we're going to create an info event. And a lot of the top coaches do this. This is a great tool. In fact, I think we've done it a little bit in the past. But we're going to create an info event that's going to launch next Monday. And it'll be a place where you can add everyone that's interested in this program. And we're going to maintain a real hype there by doing live videos. We'll go live and talk about why we're excited about it. We'll do different clips of us doing it, especially on the 26th, that Monday. When it comes out, we'll tell people how they can do a sneak peek of it by joining on with Beachbody On Demand and getting that free trial. We'll be able to pump them up by sharing different stories from the creators, by sharing people's results. It's just going to be a series of jabs where we can really keep people engaged in this program so that when it comes out, they're ready to order. And then when it does come out, we can pop in and make a video or make a post about how we've ordered and we're super excited and we've got expedite shipping and we're ready to get going. And then we can also make a post and tell people literally what they need to do to get set up and ask them to comment below when they've finished ordering their challenge packs. So we can do an unboxing live. We can keep this going and share a live meal plan, share our live goals. It's really going to be a great way to maintain hype around this launch with a closed network where we don't feel like we're constantly shoving down core de force on our public page, even though we definitely need to do it on our public page too. But this is going to be a different avenue for us to really push the event. We can also, guys, sorry, got something in my eye. We can also be reaching out to all of our old customers to let them know that this is something that's going to be available. Anytime you see anyone, that is into kickboxing, it's a great program for them, but someone that's just really looking for a high intensity, like bigger challenge without weights too. So go ahead and look at the FAQs and figure out what it is that you can speak to about this program. Go look into the details, figure out, watch a video about it, get in touch. This is our job, to really be able to connect with the different products that are coming out and to be able to help people figure out if it's a good fit for them. So I encourage you guys to go ahead and check out what it entails and who it's a good fit for. And then the other way that this is going to really benefit us is 30 days later when we're sharing our results, and after we've shared our whole story, we've shared our meal plans, we've documented the entire process. We've documented our progress. We've documented how we did our meal plans. We've done our live goals all on our public page for people. We've created that hype all of November. So heading into December, we're setting ourselves up for success for those orders in December. And again, for people jumping into that new year. So Core de Force is going to be a huge game changer for us, but we have to get out there. It's our job to create the hype. Obviously, no one has actually completed the program, but there are a lot of things that we can speak to now to help people feel that excitement. Go ahead, Meg.
Alrighty. So consistency in our monthly team schedules. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about this idea of strategic scheduling. Obviously, we always have a monthly team calendar, and we, put all our events and everything going on in our calendar. One thing Kelly and I both really want to fine tune is how we're being strategic in our scheduling. So scheduling all of our free events, challenge groups, coach opportunity, informational events, and coach academies effectively so that the transition from one to the next is seamless. So for example, on the 24th of this month, I'm going to be hosting a Core de Force informational group. On the 2nd of November, in week 3 of my challenge group, I will be hosting a coach informational event. So now's the time when the week before is obviously when I want to be reaching out to my current challengers and, sharing obviously with the people that I feel like would either be interested in the opportunity or would be a good fit for the opportunity, that this is something I have coming up. On November 7th, I have a coach academy. So that's sort of in alignment with 5 days after my coach informational event, I have a coach academy getting started. Also on the 7th, I have a 5-day free group. I haven't decided what exactly my free group is going to be yet. But obviously I'm going to load that group with all of my prospects and add value to them and make sure that they have a great experience in that free group. Because on the 14th, I'm going to be kicking off a challenge group. So I have my free group going on. I'm going to be following up with them in the following week and hopefully bringing on people from that free group into my new challenge group. Kelly and I were talking about it. We're not sure if we both want to do a fitness mixer like we always do every month, or if we really want to hone in on this idea of doing just a Core de Force challenge group. Kelly, did you just chat me? Oh, yes. Sorry. So yeah, I think it's also going to be like sort of a last minute decision based on how many people we all get for quarter force. But I think if we really push for that and we really, make these quarter force informational groups badass, like I know we can, I think that there's no reason why we wouldn't be able to bring on a lot of people for this program. Like Kelly said, a lot of people love kickboxing. This is totally different from anything else really that Beachbody has done, and we're all super excited about it. So challenge group on the 14th, and then 2 weeks later I have another coach informational event. So again, approaching week 3 of my challenge group, when I'll be checking in with all my people, seamlessly transitioning those people who are interested into my coach informational event so I can share more about the business opportunity. And then again, my coach academy. So just like really being strategic in your planning. And obviously, my coaches can add people to my coach informational event, but I obviously encourage people to have their own live coaching informational events as well, so that they can be sharing themselves, because obviously people would be joining your team, not necessarily mine. So yeah, just essentially this idea of funneling our prospects, our challengers, and coaches from one step to the next to grow our teams, to build sustainability, and just doing this by duplicating the systems that we already have in place and taking advantage of the things that we're going to have in place, like the free informational group and the coach academies, coach informational events, et cetera, and also through adding value, like I was touching upon before in my previous slide, where making sure you're really providing an awesome experience for your challengers, because that's where coaches are made, you guys. It's where a lot of coaches are made. It's very rare that you have somebody just be like, that's exactly what I want to do. I want to coach, without having, except for me, that's what I did. I decided to be a coach the day I just signed up with a challenge back. But yeah, so just keep all of that in mind. Then we have a game plan. So Kelly, do you want to touch upon this one?
Sure. Yeah, so heading into the end, we really want you guys to be able to take away some action steps from this and really implement them, because talk about all of these ideas, but it's a completely different thing for us to get out there and actually take some action. So the first thing, if you don't have one already, that you can do is to create, that we actually encourage you to do, is to create a master list and to create a follow-up system. So for me, I do the January, February, March, April. I have a piece of paper with each month on it, and then I just put, I ask people when they'd like me to check back with them. If they say it's not a good time, yada, yada. And then I make sure at the start of every month for the challenge group to follow back up with them. But the master list, guys, should be freaking huge. Like, it's not like, oh, maybe so-and-so or maybe so-and-so I feel comfortable with. Like, this isn't about who you feel comfortable with. It's literally about everyone that you know, because if you think about it, it should be people that you think could benefit in any way from living a healthy lifestyle, and that should be everyone. So these people are people that you can touch in with, you can create conversations with, you can start, on a public wall, you can move into private conversation, and then you can start that process of inviting and then adding to a follow-up list should it not be the right time. The other thing that you can do right away is to start talking about Core de Force and making posts about it on social media. You can share it more on social media. If you're not sharing on social media right now, you're really missing out on an opportunity to gain credibility, to gain interest, to have people ask what you're doing, and making all of your conversations flow a little bit more seamlessly, because people are noticing what you're doing, and then they're able to ask you about it. So that's a big puzzle piece. So we have to be talking about all of these things on social media. We have to be adding value as we're heading into the holiday season. We have to be sharing our journey and our consistency, and then also speaking to Core de Force and why we're excited about it. So then from there, when people express any interest in Core de Force, we reach out, we ask them if all you guys, And then we ask them if they would like to go in an informational group. We do not add them without their permission. So make sure that we're asking them if they'd like to be in the group, and we continue to share information, videos. This isn't anything crazy. It's just videos that are going to keep people engaged. And I think we're going to do the group separately. So Meg's going to do a group with her team, and then I'll be doing a group with the Wildflower Tribe. So we'll be able to help each other out with this. We'll share excitement and details, and get just everyone really hyped up about the program launch, and get you and us all going on our own programs as soon as that start date, we're going to start the group on November 14th. So the first week of the group, usually we do that third Monday, right? But the third Monday would put us at the first week being Thanksgiving. And we decided that wasn't the best idea to ask people to start with Thanksgiving week. So I think if they have a week, then they would be more inclined to maybe make one or two slight falters from their plan on Thanksgiving, but hop back on. So that is the plan for the end of the year, and that's how you can get excited, and you'll be able to share, again, through those 30 days of you doing the program, all of what's going down. Like if you're doing a program right now and you're not sharing about it, you're really missing out on an opportunity to have people gain interest. So, and this is a way for us all to recommit, because I think, it sometimes we get to a place where we're like, oh, we've tried this program, that program, and we're all over the place, but really following a journey. And that's why we say, as a new coach, if you haven't reached your goals yet, that's so cool, because following a journey is what people really gravitate to. So it's going to be really good for everyone to show your struggles, the obstacles, and the strengths and celebrations, because that's something that's so powerful. So that's it. I just, sorry, my head's going to explode. I'm like caffeine withdrawal over here. So I'm going to stop blabbering on, but if anyone has any questions, I would love that. And Meg, if you have anything, obviously.
The only other thing that I would just add to that is that, at least for me, I know my plan, Kelly and I were talking about this earlier, like it's been a while since I have actually fully, wholeheartedly, 100% committed to a nutrition plan without any cheats. And I know that there's a lot to be said for 100% going all in and committing to it and being 100% proof that the product works. And, we've seen Liz Hartke do it, with her whole journey with 22-minute hardcore. Her results were phenomenal. Because obviously she was a part of the test group, which was an added incentive to obviously stick to it 100%. But there's no reason why we can't do that, you guys. And she has shared time after time after time that her business explodes when she goes all in with a program. And that's my plan for the Core de Force launch. And I encourage everybody else to do it with me, because Kayla's like, yeah, hey girl. Awesome. Good. So, and also keep in mind, that first week of November, when we're still really sharing, about the Core de Force and the fact that we have a challenge group coming up. Obviously I plan to dial in 100%, but, I'm starting my program the day that I get it, which will be the day that it launches. That way I have a week's worth of results to share with people. Because we've all seen it with our programs, even in a week, you do notice a difference as long as you're 100% sticking with it. So that's another nugget that I just wanted to include is, using that first week to really draw people's attention in. So yeah, does anybody have any questions?
Does everyone plan to do Core de Force?
Kelly, do you know how long the workouts are?
30 to 45 minutes.
It's so much fun.
Have you guys all tried it?
I thought they were all only 30 minutes.
I just looked at the FAQs and I thought it said 30. I just made an infographic, so unless I'm
I don't know. I thought they were 30 minutes too, but I'll have to go back and double check that. Did everybody try the sneak peek? Okay. So those of you who didn't, your def's going to do it on the 26th. It's awesome. I was so sore for like 2 days after, like so sore. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. So, all right, Kelly's frozen. Poor Kel. Anyway, we have less than a minute, so I'll end it before we get cut off. But thank you to everybody who showed up for tonight's team call, and let's finish this last quarter strong. Sound good? Awesome, everyone. Have a great night.